Welcome back to Star Aspect Designs, where we believe that good design should feel like a deep breath and maybe turn a few heads while at it. We all know architecture isn't about how much you build, but it's about how well you build it. Today's design is a perfect example of that philosophy. This is a simple, practical, and beautifully designed 3-bedroom house with an area of just 120 square meters. No unnecessary complexities, no fancy spaces you'll only use twice a year, just thoughtful design focused on comfortable everyday living. So this is the front of the house with a porch that leads to the main entry into the house, to the lounge. Now, this house has a traditional sloping roof surrounded all around by a molded concrete gutter. And that concrete gutter is quite a statement for this house, which is what you see there. The beauty about it is that from the outside, you won't be able to tell what hides above that concrete gutter. It gives you an impression of a flat roof, but it's not. This here is the side of the house, which has 2 bedrooms. I'll show you when the plan is discussed. And then this is the back of the house. And the back of the house includes the master bedroom, which is that large window you see there, and the shared bathroom, which is the small window you see there. And then when you go back to the other side of the house, the 2 windows are for the master bedroom, the bed space. As I always insist, natural light, you can't compromise on natural light. That's why the bedroom has those 2 side lights and 1 big window. And then that small window is for the master bathroom. Then you have the kitchen yard there. And for this house, instead of adobe sink, I've provided a small wash area just on the ground with a tap where you can wash your dogs, you can wash your clothes and all that. There's a laundry area within the house. Then a gas gauge as usual. For safety purposes, you never want the gas tank inside your house. So this washing area, the ground washing area, I find that it will be very versatile in terms of its uses. That's why it's a good thing for this design. So we are back to the front where you have your kitchen window and your pantry window that you see there. Then with the projected porch. So this home is simple, reliable, and without much complications. The concrete gutters you see all around are actually to drain the water, because also rainwater needs some direction on where to go. And you can actually harvest it to a tank at the back or at the side of the house. But it is a very good feature to bring modernity to the design and also functional. So whether you're building your first home, downsizing, or simply appreciating the beauty of straightforward design, this bungalow offers a refreshing reminder that sometimes less is really more. That's the roof you see there with a gutter all around. So let's take a look at the plan. This here is the plan. Fewer walls, better connections, and a layout that makes everyday life just a little bit easier. So it focuses on an open plan. And one thing I wanted to emphasize for this particular plan is that it can fit on 100 by 50 foot plot of land, which is what you see there, 30 meters by 15 meters. Then here is actually a section. I'm not sure how many of you will understand this, but it's a section showing how the roof relates to the gutter. So basically how the concrete gutter will be molded into the ring beams and to drain the water from the roof. Then here you have the plan, the 3D plan. Now when you look at the house in totality, it's a relatively small house, as I stated, 120 square meters. So in totality from the plan, this is your entrance. You have your entry porch there, you can sit and sip your cup of tea. Then you have your main door. Enter the house. You have your lounge there. As I stated, it's an open plan. You have your lounge there. You have your dining area there. You have your kitchen, pantry, laundry area as you get out into the kitchen yard. So let me just go through the whole plan before we start analyzing the spaces. Then when you get into that corridor, you then have your first bedroom there, your second bedroom there, and they share this common bathroom right there. And then to this end here is the master bedroom, and it's ensuite bathroom and a walk-in closet area. So when we get into the spaces, this here is your lounge. It's a relatively large lounge at about 6 meters by 3.6 meters. So it's a relatively long and wide lounge, not too wide, because 3.6 to 4 is not too wide, but you can fit a 3-seater there, you can fit an L-shaped sofa there, and have even a small armchair here or an ottoman, whichever you like. Then that's your TV wall there. And as usual, apart from this window here, I provide also 2 side lights there. As I normally emphasize on all Star Aspect videos, the essence is to have as much natural light as possible. One thing is for comfort, the other thing is just for the ambience. You want that light, you want that ventilation in any space. And then from the lounge, this is a corridor that leads to the private spaces of the home. And then off the lounge, you have your dining area. Now your dining area, you can opt to have a sink at the corner there, which is more functional than having your visitors traverse to the shared bathroom to go wash your hands to dine. Now, as I mentioned, this house, it's all about minimizing the square, the area used. So that's why you do not see a cloakroom. So the visitors will use the shared bathroom, because even the distance from the lounge or the dining area to that bathroom is very small, about 3 meters. So from the dining area, you then have the kitchen. And one thing I do like about this arrangement is that from the lounge, you'll not be able to see what's going on in the kitchen. So it offers that kitchen some privacy of sorts, because you know also as Africans, we never like that our guests know what we are cooking in the kitchen. Yes, they'll smell whatever is cooking, but they won't be able to see what's going on in there with your dirty dishes and spillages all over. So it gives you that kind of privacy. So there is the kitchen. And as I stated, it's a relatively small house, but it also offers you quite some functionality and counter space in the kitchen. So as you can see, that's your sink in the middle there. You have enough counter space going all around. Then you have your cooker right there and more counter space around. Then you also have this island here, just a small island, and then some niches on some gypsum molding that you can make just to create some elegance between the kitchen and the dining area. And then as I always state, that triangular circulation for the food making process or the kitchen processes, where you have the sink, the gas and the fridge, that triangular circulation always has to be maintained. And then from the kitchen you then go to this area here. So from the kitchen you can use this door to access the kitchen yard. And then as you access the kitchen yard, you have a laundry area here with an ironing counter space and a washing machine underneath that counter. And then from that ironing space, you can then have a hanging rod up here. You iron, hang your clothes, and then take them to the closet. Then off here, we have the pantry. As I always state, in the kitchen, the essence is storage. You have to have as much storage as possible. So for this pantry here, you can have your chest freezer there, and then have low storage there, and then shelving for even more storage at the top. So that there is that section of the kitchen. So let's move to the private areas of the house. So once you get to that corridor, then you have this first bedroom. So that first bedroom is about 2.8 meters by 3.6 meters. So that is what you have there. And normally when you have such an arrangement, you'd prefer that at the very end of the wardrobe that borders the nightstand, you then have open shelving instead of a door, so that you don't have that conflict between opening the door and the nightstand. And then for this other bedroom here, we have 3.4 by 3.6, and this one you are able to have either one 5 by 6 bed or two 3 by 6 beds. So even a 6 by 6 can fit here, although it would be a bit compact. So that's the bedroom there. Then you have your wardrobes right there, and a wardrobe space of about 2.8 meters. That is more than sufficient for a room occupied by 2 people. And then off to the corner here, or to the back, straight, the corridor straight ahead, you have a bathroom. So that is a bathroom that can be used by the guests and also can be used for the residents of the house. These 2 bedrooms here, where you'll have your shower, your toilet space, and then your sink. And for the shower, of course, I normally advocate for having a niche within the walls where you can store your bathroom items, your shower gels, your soaps, your pumice stones. Well, I don't know what happens in your shower, but you need some storage. And then off to the side, here is the master bedroom. Now, what I like about this particular arrangement is that the master bed has a bit of a distance from these 2 bedrooms. So the separation of a corridor in between the 2 rooms and the master bedroom is very crucial, because the master bedroom needs its own privacy. We all know why. So there you have the master bedroom. You can decide to have a TV wall there, a dresser, or whatever you like, because the options are limitless, I mean. And then here is a bed space. Now the bed space you can have a 5x6 or a 6x6, or even larger if you like, depending on your space requirements. And then, as I mentioned, lighting in this bedroom is quite good. So that's what you have. And then off to the side here you have your walk-in closet, which provides storage. You know, if you're two people in a house, you don't want to fight over wardrobe space. There's a lot to fight about. So from there, you then go into the bathroom. In the master bathroom, you have your toilet there, you have your sink there with some shelves for storage right there, and then you have your shower cabin right there. You can decide to close it up completely with the door or just close it halfway. It just depends on the spillage, because as it is right now with this entry space, you don't quite need a door in there. So that is it. So let us review the house again in totality. So that's the house in totality, as you see. Through these walls here, 120 square meters, and the porch is excluded. So there you have it. A simple, practical and timeless 3-bedroom bungalow, proving that once again, you don't need a palace to live large. This is the kind of home that will still look good years from now, when trends have changed, hairstyles have changed, and your needs are officially demanding a small house with no stairs and no stress. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And also let us know in the comments, what's that one thing you would add to the design to make it uniquely yours? From all of us at Star Aspect Designs, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. And please remember to build within your budget and leave room for contingencies. And never trust that fundi who says, hii kazi ni ya siku mbili tu. We've all heard that one, I'm sure. And until next time, may your chai be hot, your Wi-Fi strong, and your neighbors just a little bit jealous. Stay inspired, build wisely, and as always, live large.